This is the biggest held secret in all the tech industry. I think leakers and insiders have been working tirelessly to get their hands on this information, but thus far, to no avail. Kidding! This is Google we're talking about. Typical Google fashion, it has revealed the Pixel 9 and given us a glimpse of what it'll look like. And surprise, all the rumors were right. But even though Google teased the phone, there still was a lot they didn't tell us. And it looks overall like this is going to be the year that Google does it. Brings a competitive phone with incredible feature set that is ready for the masses. All right, so that said, here's everything you need to know about the Pixel 9. All right, so first let's go over what we know for sure. When I say for sure, it's because like Google told us. First, these phones will be called the Pixel 9, not some other different name. And we're going to get at least two models. We're gonna get at least the Pixel 9 Pro and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and probably some more models as well I'll talk about. And also, yes, the Pixel Fold is now folded into the Pixel 9 family, and I think that probably makes a lot of sense. The Fold is very much a Pixel at heart, even though there haven't been 8 other variations before this one. I think it works. From the photos and videos, we can see that Google is in fact moving from the rounded design we've had for years that I really liked and a lot of people kind of gravitated to. Instead, opting for a squared off look that a lot of manufacturers are using these days. And I think that design is being used by a lot of folks because it works well, but also kind of loses, I think, some of that pixel identification. The visor is big and it's there. It's still clearly a Pixel by looks. I don't know if it's gonna necessarily feel like a Pixel anymore in the hand. Other big design changes with the camera bar on the back. So now it's kind of like an iPhone 10 camera bump, but like huge and sideways. And again, very identifying for a Pixel. You can see this, you're not gonna think it's a Samsung or an iPhone. It is very clearly a Pixel. We also know that the full unveiling of these phones will take place on August 13th. So at this point, we're just a few days away from seeing all of this. But that's all we have confirmed from Google themselves. But that is definitely not all there is to talk about. Well, there is one, I guess, big thing Google didn't mention. That's the regular Pixel 9. So according to rumors, this is obviously very much coming, but we just didn't see it from Google themselves. So here it is. No surprise, it looks similar to the 9 Pro, but on the back of the camera system, looks to only have 2 cameras instead of the 3 on the Pro. But that's not all we didn't see. We're also expecting the Pixel 9 Pro to come in 2 new sizes. A smaller 9 Pro and an XL that's the same as the 8 Pro that we have right now. We didn't see any reference to the XL model with what Google shared, but the leaks on this have been really strong. I'd expect to see it coming. So kind of what every other phone manufacturer is doing. You want the small one or the big one. But the one I'm most excited about is on the Fold side. Before I get to like the best part of the Pixel 9, let me be right back. I just had a cup of coffee. All right, a little better, minty clean. So in case you were wondering, that brush I was using is actually this video's sponsor, Lifen. It is the Lifen Wave. It's a product that kind of looks and feels more like a flagship tech product than like an actual thing that cleans your teeth. From how it looks, how it feels, the build quality, it even has MagSafe to charge it. Actually, I did a full video on the Wave, like, let's say 5-ish months ago, and it has been on my sink cleaning my pearly whites every single day since. It's also now available in 4 kind of nice summery colors. You got purple, blue, pink, and cream, but if you want sort of the cold metal, it's also available in aluminum and stainless steel. I dig the colors. I was lucky enough that Life had sent me a few of them. I kind of gravitated toward the pastel blue. I think it looks really nice, but there's colors for everybody. Even the aluminum have colors. If you want to express yourself with your toothbrush, Lifen has you covered. But all that is just on the outside. What's on the inside probably makes it even better. And Lifen is using a proprietary servo system here, like the ones used on robotic arms. It's really the first time it's been used in an electric toothbrush. And it's going to allow for 60-degree oscillation that is crazy precise. And you take that with insanely good vibration, it can lead to 3 times higher cleaning efficiency. Basically, it's gonna brush a wider area that even dentists recommend. And that servo system is using PID algorithms and sort of Hall sensors to generate really consistent brushing power, even when encountering resistance, which other brands have really struggled to do. What's it like to use this thing for 5 months? The best compliment that I can give is my teeth are crazy clean. I don't have any sort of bad breath at the end of the day. Sometimes you brush your teeth in the morning, you don't brush your teeth again until night. Kind of like after dinner, you get that like gross taste in your mouth. I haven't had that with the Life in Wave. It does an incredible job brushing and keeping your teeth clean. It does it in an extremely efficient fashion. It is small. I also like the way the thing feels in my hand. It feels like I'm holding a piece of technology, which is weird to say. Most electric toothbrushes are, first of all, very expensive, but they feel really junky in your hand. This feels premium, and my teeth have just been clean. I don't know about all the technology that goes into it. I told you what it was, but from an end user, it just means my teeth are clean. They're cleaner longer. My teeth look whiter than they have before, and it's been an incredible toothbrush and an insane value for under $100. If you want to pick up a Life in Wave, and really anybody who has teeth should at least consider it, all the information you need will be down below. I thought the original Pixel Fold was a huge first effort from Google. It was by no means a perfect phone. There are a lot of areas needed to improve on, and it appears that Google is doing some of them, but not all. So what we're gonna see in one generation in is surprising, is a complete redesign on all fronts. And some, I think good, some maybe not so good. It seems the overall shape of the Fold is changing to almost be a little more Samsung-y. It's gonna be more narrow and closed, which means it's going to change one of my favorite features of the Pixel Fold. And the original one was so good because that outside screen was so incredibly usable. It felt like using a regular phone more or less. They're changing that to be more narrow, at least without seeing it, obviously does seem a bit like a miss. It seems like it's gonna be similar shape to the OnePlus Open, so not bad. I love the OnePlus Open. And it's not gonna be as narrow as the Galaxy Fold, but still a change. What this is going to allow for, though, is a better inside screen, because that I think was one of the downsides of the original. So hopefully the changes Google is making here will make the overall experience better. Aside from the models and design, also expecting all these phones to be rocking a brand new Tensor G4 processor inside. I think Google, rightfully so, got a bit of heat for the G1, especially the G2, and made a huge step with the G3. So I think I'm really excited to see what they can do for the 4th gen. They have learned from their mistakes, and they've started to make really powerful processors. And I expect a big focus of these phones, to stop me if you've heard this before, to be AI. On the camera side, we're expecting essentially the same camera setup we have on the current generation phones, with a wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto on the Pro models, and a wide and ultra-wide on the non-Pro, and 3 cameras on the Fold. The camera system on the Pixel is always like A+. I wouldn't expect anything much different here. In case you were wondering, you can see from this image, the camera hardware on the Fold is still not flagship level. It's not on par with the Pixel 9 Pro, unfortunately. Hardware is one thing, but with Google, software is even a bigger part probably of the equation, and that's a lot harder to leak, but there's a few educated guesses I think I can make. All right, so first and foremost, and probably most obvious right out of the gate, Pixel 9 webpage is going to be Gemini, and then like probably some more Gemini thrown in. No surprise, Google's pushing AI hard, and Gemini is likely to be a huge part of the entire Pixel 9 software experience. Especially with Apple announcing Apple Intelligence, I'm sure Google is going to want to do even more to get ahead and make Gemini a front and center feature. Now, what is that gonna mean though for like us who use the phones? I think a lot of what we saw at Google I/O mainly is going to be the first phone to feature Gemini Nano and multimodality. So this could be a giant big step. And honestly, Google's already done a really good job over the years of implementing AI features. I think Gemini is going to take a big front seat to this and probably make the AI more front facing. A lot of the Pixel's AI in the past have been kind of behind the scenes. It's also rumored that Pixel 9 Pro might come with a year free of Gemini Advanced. Users take full advantage of kind of everything Gemini has to offer. Aside from that, it's kind of hard to say what non-related features we will see. Every year I get so excited for the Pixel phones, not just from a camera standpoint, not just from a screen standpoint, but really from a software standpoint. And if you look at all the AI things these companies are doing, Samsung and Apple, I think Google is probably best positioned to make AI really useful. They've got AI, it's already incredibly useful on the Google side. We see it with search, and what they're doing with Gemini on a phone is awesome. And it appears that a lot of it is not just AI for AI's sake, it's actually AI to make a better user experience for the customer. And that's why at the beginning I said I think that this Pixel line might be the one that goes mainstream. Pixel's always been kind of a line for those who know. Like if you know, you're gonna wanna get the Pixel. but there hasn't been a huge swath of folks. The Pixel line has not been a moneymaker for Google. I think the Pixel 9, 9 Pro, and all of the folds that come with it are really going to be the phones that gets people to really look differently at what Google's doing.